My name is Babatunde Akin Moses. I'm CEO and co-founder of Sycamore. Sycamore is a peer-to-peer lending platform that connects lenders to borrowers with the aim of empowering them financially across Africa. My entrepreneurial journey has been quite interesting, and I always wanted to be an entrepreneur from university days. I studied economics, by the way, and but the whole idea, based on a lot of mentors I had, was to go and work first and then go into entrepreneurship to just learn how a business works, which was exactly what I did. So my first full-time job was actually in KPMG, which was a lot of accounting, a lot of tax. I wasn't interested at the time. I wanted to go into a marketing type of business, maybe in Nestle, FMCG or something. But I found myself in KPMG, and turned out to be a fantastic place to start a career. From there, I moved to PwC, and I started to get, when I got to middle level management, I knew it was sort of time for me to try out entrepreneurship, but I didn't want to just jump head on. So I decided to take a break, go to Lagos Business School, which, as fate will have it, that's where I met my co-founders, and that's where Sycamore was born. So Sycamore was actually born from Lagos Business School by three co-founders and three students that were studying at the time. Yes, yes. Okay, so our first paying customer, again, a very interesting story. When we said, oh, we wanted to empower SMEs, part of what we wanted to do was empower SMEs with credit. We didn't have the money for a bank or anything like that, so we learned about the peer-to-peer lending model, and then we said, oh, let's find lenders and let's find borrowers. Obviously, we're not going to attract lenders being so small. So the initial seed capital that we put together from our savings, we were the first lenders on our platform. The interesting thing about our first customer is we're wrapping up our MBA program, and we had the exchange program. So three of us, one person stayed in Nigeria, I was in Spain, and my third co-founder was actually in France. We had just finished building the platform when we got our first request. So three of us were in three different countries, and the customer was in Nigeria. We're not even sure of the launch date when the person made a request on the platform for a loan, and we're like, "Ah, we're in three different countries. How are we going to coordinate it?" And we actually did. So on the 17th of March, 2019, we finalized our first loan on our platform. Three of us staying in three different countries, and the person got it. That was very big validation for us because it actually showed that the solution worked. And I guess you can say we started the remote work even before COVID because we were all dispersed and we're still able to complete that transaction. And it just showed us that, we had something solid on our hands. I would say the biggest threat of our business is potential regulation. Being in fintech is finance and technology, and as anybody would know if you've been observing what's been happening in the finance and technology spaces, regulations come out every other day. CBN, SEC, and now even people like FCCPC. We saw what happened to the Okadas in Lagos, which was even a state issue. And there have been so many examples from the FX issues, foreign trading stocks. So for any fintech, not just Sycamore, externally at least, the biggest thing that you probably can't control too much is the risk of regulation happening and isn't entirely in your favor. So that's what I would say is potentially the biggest. Yeah, the new product which we just launched a few weeks back is called Loan Friends, and it actually goes to the heart of what we're trying to do, which is innovative financial solutions for Africans. Now, what Loan Friends does is it helps you to lend and borrow to a friend, lend to a friend and get your money back. And it's interesting because we actually came up with this concept from interacting with our customers. A lot of people have this issue where they give money to friends, but their friends don't get it back. And you give money to somebody that is supposed to be your paddy. It's even awkward for you to remind them. So just the way technology has solved a lot of problems, the app helps you remind them by itself, helps you deduct the money, just eliminates all that awkwardness. And it's really interesting because if you look at all the credits that people get in Africa, over 40% of credit actually comes from friends and family, not banks, not fintechs. Most Africans actually lend and borrow from friends and family. And that's over 40% of that credit. And there is no single company that is even trying to make that process simpler. So that's the problem we try to solve. We want you to be able to lend a friend or family member money and be comfortable that you would get your money back. Sycamore is solving that problem through loan friends. Yeah. Okay. Externally what keeps me up at night is the uncertain regulatory environment. I've spoken about that before, but internally, what we are seeing now is a lot of, if you permit me to use Japa, a lot of young people are leaving the country now, and it doesn't even look like something you can really control because when you try to engage with them, they complain about the economy. They don't even complain about the business, and because this is a financial technology business, we have a lot of people that are young. We have a lot of technical people, a lot of engineers, and we've seen quite a number of them leave in the last 12 to 18 months on the whole Jackpot wave. So I would say if there's something internally that I'm bothered about is losing some of our key talents internally, and externally is the uncertain regulatory environment. Yeah, about the team. Yeah, there's. I think the question would have been, what is there not to love? Because my co-founders are amazing. Wouldn't have We couldn't have achieved this without them. Onye, amazing. She keeps our people and our marketing on point. Maiwa is always on board when it comes to our financing and making sure operations are tight and done. I think the fact that we're friends, and then we sort of transited into business partners has really helped. And even the entire team itself, we have really solid people. Again, I always say that there's no business without them. All our team leads, the fact that they all bring experience from different places. We don't see it as for me, and even Sycamore's philosophy is that it's always people first. People being customers outside, but internally it's about people, all the people that work at Sycamore, and we're all working towards servicing the customer because I mean that's what the business is all about, people. Okay, yeah. So shout out to Startup Lagos. I think it's an amazing job you're doing where you're covering the stories of entrepreneurs and really trying to get to the heart of what we're building. And we need collaborators like Startup Lagos to tell our stories for us, so that we can own that narrative and showcase Africa to the world. So thank you very much, Startup Lagos.